All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Vengeance Valley, 1951. Giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a boring television show movie from the 50s, man. Pick any television show Western from the 50s and turn it into a movie. And this is what you come up with. Burt Lancaster and his biggest outdoor adventure drama. MGM's Vengeance Valley, color by Technicolor, based on the thriller novel, and Saturday Evening Post serial by Luke Short. Co-starring Robert Walker, Joanne Drew, and Sally Forrest. With John Ireland, Ray Collins, directed by Richard Thorpe, produced by Nicholas Nafak, screenplay by Irving Rayetch, and a Metro Goldwyn Mayer picture. The movie poster looks better than the movie, actually, as is the case with a lot of these. Vengeance Valley is a 1951 U.S. Technicolor Western film directed by Richard Thorpe and starring Burt Lancaster, with a support cast featuring Robert Walker, Joanne Drew, Sally Forrest, John Ireland, and Ray Collins. It is based on the novel by Luke Short. In 1979, the film entered the public domain in the United States because Metro Goldwyn Mayer did not renew its copyright registration in the 28th year after publication. Owen Daybright is the foreman at the Colorado cattleman Arch Strobey's ranch. And he is also Strobey's foster son. When Owen and his foster brother, Lee Strobey, visit the local saloon, they hear that Lily Faskin has had a baby. The doctor says he didn't attend the birth because the father didn't ask for him. Lee is very interested in the birth. Owen takes some food and $500 to Lily and finds Lee's wife, Jen, and Lily's brother, Dick, at the house. Dick has been trying all day long to find out who the father of Lily's baby is. Owen is very concerned for Lily's welfare. Jen asks him who the father is, but Owen doesn't reply. Dick suspects that Owen is the father, but Jen tells him that it isn't, as Owen is a good man. Could have fooled me. Production company, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, distributed by Lowe's Inc., release date February 16, 1951, running time 83 minutes, language English, budget $1,008,000, box office $3,146,000. But back at the saloon, Lee thanks Owen for helping Lily and covering up for him, saying he can't admit being a father as Jen wouldn't understand. Dick arrives. Dick threatens Owen with a gun, but they are interrupted by the sheriff. At the Strobey Ranch, Owen tells Arch that now that Lee is married, Arch, who has been crippled for 20 years, doesn't need Owen's help any longer. Arch explains that he took Owen in because he needed him to help run the ranch and to keep Lee in line, and that he still does. Owen agrees to stay. Lily and Dick's brother, Hub, arrives by train and tells the sheriff he's going to kill somebody, but he doesn't know who yet. Dick tells Jen he will get the truth out of Owen. Owen and ranch hand Huey visit Mrs. Grant, where Lily is staying. Duck and Hub arrives soon afterwards. Dick and Owen fight before Lily interrupts them, armed with a gun. She tells Owen to take her brothers to the sheriff. Jen finds out that Lee has taken $500 out of their joint account. She confronts Lee, who says that Owen is the father of Lily's baby, but Jen doesn't believe him. Jen threatens to leave, but Owen talks her out of it, saying Arch needs them both. Later, Lee finds Jen has locked him out of the bedroom. He tells Arch he wants to go out on his own. Arch asks what it will take to make him stay. Lee says half share of the ranch. Arch reluctantly agrees, saying Owen will inherit the other half when Arch retires or dies. Owen, Lee, and Huey track 4 of their stolen steers to her Beckett's. Owen can't prove the steers were there and beats up Beckett, getting a knife wound in the process before he and Huey take 4 of Beckett's steers as compensation. Lee takes no part in the fight, nor the taking the steers, and Lee offers to pay Beckett for them. Beckett agrees, but says he will get even with Owen. Lee is unconcerned. Later, during a party at their ranch, a drunken Lee interrupts Jen after she has dressed Owen's wound, and Lee mistakenly concludes Owen and Jen are carrying on. Lee plots with Beckett to have Dick and Hub join the spring roundup after they get out of jail. This will give them a chance to go after Owen. The roundup is split into East and West divisions, with Owen and Strobe ranch hands in one and Lee and Faskin brothers, who admits knowing but claims not to like, in the other. Lee arranges to sell the Strobe steers to Dave Allard. Allard rides off to the telegraph office to arrange payment. In a heavy rainstorm, Allard misses the telegraph office and he ends up at Owen's camp. He tells Owen that he's brought the Strobe cattle. Owen is surprised, but Owen says nothing to Allard. But later, Owen tells Huey he thought Lee might do something like this. Huey admits he has feelings for Lily. When the 2 divisions meet, Owen tells Lee he knows what's up. Huey spots the Faskins and tells Owen. Owen realizes Lee must have known, but said nothing to him. Lee later tells Owen he has changed his mind and will cancel the sale to Allard, but wants Owen to go with him to help cancel the deal. In the meantime, the Faskins are waiting to ambush Owen. The Faskins shoot Owen, who falls from his horse, but he is only slightly wounded. Lee rides away. Huey hears the shooting. Huey takes some men to find out what is happening. Owen shoots Dick, and when Hud sees Huey and the others arrive, he rides off, but he is shot when the others are close enough. Owen recovers his horse, and he goes after Lee. Lee falls off his horse crossing the river, and Owen catches up with him. Owen says they're going to tell Arch everything. Lee says he won't go, thinking he can draw faster than Owen. He draws, but Owen is faster, and Owen kills Lee. According to MGM Records, the film earned $1,997,000 in the U.S. and Canada and $1,149,000 elsewhere, resulting in a profit of $3,138,000. The final scenes are shown in the film Little Odessa. All right. You can watch this for free on Cult Cinema Classics YouTube channel if you want. If you won't take my word for it that this is a real, go ahead and watch it for free. You get what you pay for. Vengeance Valley, 1951. 1 hour, 23 minutes. I literally fell asleep at the 1 hour mark. I couldn't help but doze off through this one, and I didn't miss anything because I just read the whole story, and it still doesn't interest me the least bit. Gets a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Pretty decent score. Not bad. 2,600 ratings. The sons of a Colorado cattle baron, one biological and the other adopted, resent one another and they fight for control over their father's cattle empire. Hey, it goes to this stepson, just like Emperor Tiberius. All right, here's a more flattering review from Westerner 357. Westerner 357 gives us 7 out of 10, which is much higher than my rating. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. The title of the review is Burt Lancaster's First Western. I liked it. And here we go. Robert Walker plays Lee Strobey. Oh, this is dated July 7, 2004, this review. Burt Lancaster's First Western. I liked it on IMDb. Robert Walker plays Lee Strobey, a sleazy, greedy son gone bad. His adopted brother, Owen Daybright, Burt Lancaster, is always covering for him. Strobey gets Lily Faskin, Sally Forrest Pregos, and Lily's brothers, John Ireland and Hugh O'Brien, come gunning for Daybright since they found out he was the one who paid money to Lily for her trouble. They think Owen is the father, when in fact it was Lee who got Lily Pregos in the first place. Lee also tries to hide this fact from his wife Jen, played by Joanne Drew, but she finds out about it anyway. Sound convoluted enough? Well, it actually works. This is an adult Western, not your average B programmer. Could have fooled me. There's little gunplay, except at the end when the Faskin brothers try to ambush and kill Owen during the cattle drive. Lee gallops away, leaving Owen at the mercy of the Faskins. It's only then that Owen realizes Lee was in on the ambush too, because he wants Owen dead so he can have the ranch all to himself. The other ranch hands come to Owen's rescue, and they kill the Faskins, leaving Owen free to pursue Lee to the river, where the inevitable showdown occurs. If you want to see what happens next, see the movie. I already told you what happens next. I love the scenery in this one. It's beautiful. Looks like Colorado, but I could be mistaken. And the IMDb doesn't give the location. Should check Wikipedia. I'd love to go out there, though. Now, again, the scenery is nice if you're into that kind of nature stuff, but you can get that from watching any Western television show from the 50s. It seems the MGM Western is in the public domain, since there are a lot of bootleg DVDs of it out there of mediocre quality. I saw it on TCM. It looks like it could use a remastering job, since the Technicolor is all washed out and the sound fades out at times. Unlike some of the viewers below, I liked it, since it had a slightly sleazy element to the story. May even be worth getting on DVD if Turner ever decides to release an official version. 7 out of 10. That's the review from Westerner 357. What else we got here? Oh, happy Tridium, by the way. Uh, Lamb of God, who taketh away the sins of the world. He's all right. More like this, the Kentuckian 10 tall man, the quick gun, sorry. The Kentuckian 10 tall men, the quick gun, a matter of murder. One of a handful of MGM productions of 1950 to 51 period, whose original copyrights were never renewed and are now in the public domain. For this reason, this title is now offered, often in very inferior copies at bargain prices, by numerous DVD distributors that do not normally handle copyrighted or MGM material. Quotes from Owen Daybright. I always heard you're a pretty good saloon fighter, Herb. How are you without a bottle or a knife? Connections featured in the Metro Goldwyn Mayer story from 1951. Release date May 5th, 1951 in the UK. Country of origin, United States. Language English, also known as Dolina Osvedi. Filming locations Coal Creek, Colorado, USA. And production company Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MGM. Budget $1,008,000 estimated. Runtime 1 hour 23 minutes. Aspect ratio 1.37 to 1. And Westerner 357 didn't look hard enough. All you got to do is scroll down to the bottom to see the filming locations. Coal Creek, Colorado, USA. You don't even have to go to Wikipedia. Okay. So this is my first of many reviews this weekend. I got the day off. Because it's Good Friday. I didn't go to church, but I will bring my son to the pastor at Star of the Sea for some confirmation preparation. My son is getting confirmed on May 3rd at the cathedral in San Francisco. The funny looking architecture. The Vatican banned the Latin confirmation rite. I guess they're mad at Corleone for going after Pelosi. Anyway, going down my list, I've got The Boy from Milan, Stories of Carlo Acutis, 2025. That's number 1 on my list, followed by Miami Blues, 1990, and Hard to Kill, 1990. So those are the next 3. And I'll try to get to The Boy from Milan, Stories of Carlo Acutis, later this afternoon, after I take my little nappy poo, have some spicy ramen for lunch later.